In chapter 15 of John's Gospel, we turn now to verses 9 and 10, where Jesus is teaching us something about love and obedience. And the verse for the day is verse 10, where Jesus says the following: "If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love." You know, one of the things that's interesting to note when you read the Bible is that there are a number of if-then sentences. And there's a number of them just here in John 15 in this passage about Jesus being the vine. And again, as I said yesterday, when there is an if, there's a then that you and I need to do, that we need to engage in. And the if in verse 10 is keeping Jesus' commandments. Lots of people want to abide in or remain in Jesus' love. But the pathway to remaining or abiding in Jesus' love is we need to keep or follow or obey his commandments. We can't remain or abide in the love of Christ if we live in a way that's utterly contrary to how Jesus commands us to live. And that may sound challenging or different. Doesn't God love us no matter what? Well, God is love, and God's steadfast love is unfailing and everlasting. But if we want to remain in that love, we need to obey the commandments of Jesus and the commandments of God. And Jesus, again, uses himself as the model in saying, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. Now, on the one hand, again, this may sound challenging for some of you. But on the other hand, think of it in terms of a family or a marriage. If I love my wife, which I happen to do, then I'm going to try to do everything I can to remain in her love by living in such a way that she knows that I love her, that I try to make her life easier and better. The same thing with my children. I want to treat our sons and their wives in such a way that they know they are remaining in my love. You do the same thing, I trust, with your family or with your significant friendships. For some of us, it's our friends who we actually have a stronger love relationship with than our families, because sometimes families can be difficult. And we choose our friends. We don't get to choose our family. So I just want to leave you with this thought. If you want to abide in the love of Christ, again, keep his commands foremost in your mind and seek to live them out every day, just like you want to love and please Christ as much, if not more, than you want to please your spouse, your children, or your friends.